Hello guys and welcome to the City Stand YouTube channel. We're going to be talking in this video, as you've seen in the thumbnail, Harvey Barnes is out. Harvey Barnes is out, so we're going to get into we're going to tell you some news that you probably known, probably didn't know, but we're going to tell you it. Bit of a strange picture, obviously. This is the actual stream page that we stream off for Leicester City games. We didn't have time to get it already, but we've had to do it like this, and it looks a bit poor, but we'll go with it. Alright guys, don't hate me. So, as you know, Brendan Rodgers, the most seasons can turn on one game. So, it's as Harvey Barnes, he requires surgery on his knee and he's out for a maximum of 6 weeks. Fortunately, it's a bad one for him and a huge blow for us, did Brendan Rodgers say. His winger literally down to the bare bone. A bit of a bare bone in his knee has come off, so it needs to be repaired. Basically, it's not looking good for very good for Harvey Barnes. It's really not. It's a bit of his knee missing. It's going to be very painful, and it's going to be a huge blow for us. So Barnes has been the antidote to Leicester's other injuries. He has elevated their historic reliance on Jamie Vardy's scoring 7 goals since Christmas to the Veterans 1. Guys, if I sound like I'm a bit dreary, I am. This is a very, well, you're probably not watching this, but it's very tiring. I'm doing it late at night, so this is all fake lighting that you see. This is not real lighting. I am doing this late at night, so please don't hate me, like I said. But as we was getting onto it, he was the reason why Gareth Southgate's destination of choice of late has often appeared to be Leicester's games. Now he is out at a point when James Maddison, with his hip problem that appears less serious now, it's already sidelined when Johnny Evans was the latest addition to an injury list that already included James Justin, Wesley Fofana and Dennis Pryor, and obviously we think Jose Perez. But it's one of them. As we know, Rodgers' adaptability, his players' versatility, and Leicester's can do mentally have they're a good mental side, really. I know they lost to Arsenal yesterday. If you're watching it, obviously if you weren't, they lost to Arsenal on Sunday, but 3-1. I think that was more to do with the Slavia Prague game, of how they didn't react. But we've lost. We need to get on with the game. But he's definitely right what he's saying. The versatility and everything is definitely what we need. Now, the defence has considered of the last men standing at times. Our team is considered one of the last men standing of our defence. That's how many times defenders have got injured during the seasons before and this season, and probably many seasons to come. But our defensive record is impressive. Even the way Arsenal cut through them, even they cut through us. Like a hot knife with butter, really. But he has confirmed Barnes, he's 23 years old, will now go under the knife to fix a cartilage issue that has been niggling him for recent games. He also said it's not good news for Harvey. It looks like he needs an operation and it's probably going to be out for a maximum of 6 weeks. Harvey has been outstanding all season, and he said he just hope that he can get back to some period of the season for this season. But it's going to be a bad one for him and a massive blow to the club. He has niggles with it, a bit of cartilage. It's a bit of a weird one to explain, but if you don't know, Google it. They'll probably tell you on Google. But we don't know. But it is really one of them. However, when Leicester have these sorts of players, they can bounce back often. They really can bounce back, and that's something you've got to consider with Leicester. They can bounce back, but it's going to be a blow for us whether you look at the positive side or a negative side. It's still going to be a blow for us. They've said it's time to rest him now and take pressure off him. He had a clash of knees in a game a few weeks ago, and it's been irritable from that game. We don't know what game that is. Fortunate today, it's got worse obviously yesterday. This was the press conference. And a setback which means he'll miss England's upcoming World Cup qualifiers against San Marino. Albion, no. I am up with it today, guys. Albania and Poland. The young midfielder has scored 9 goals and assisting 4 more in the Premier League so far this season and is pushing for a place in Gareth Southgate's squad for the European Championships this summer. But the knee injury he has now suffered will mean that it's extremely difficult for him to force his way into the England setup. These 2 injuries, really, plus the defeat, capped off a truly miserable 72 hours for Leicester. On Thursday, they were dumped out of the Europa League by Slavia Prague, who beat us 2-0 at the King Power. And obviously, they won 2-0 aggregate. But Rodgers will be hoping that disappointments do not lead to a side like last season, where the Foxes won just 3 of their final 12 games and dropped out of the top 4 on the final day. We really don't want that for the rest of our club, really. Now, it's going to be tough for Leicester with James Maddison out. He's still out, and Harvey Barnes being out through injury. Leicester face Burnley on the 3rd of March and Brighton on the 6th. But we have harder games to come on over. We've got Man U and Man City to come, which are going to be really 2 key games, whether we stay in the top 4 or drop more points. But we'll talk about more of that in a minute. But it's one of them, really. It's we have no Harvey Barnes, but hopefully Maddison, Harvey Barnes and James Justin will be able to. We don't think so. We're surmising, really, guys. We think it's going to, but we really don't think that it's going to be one that they're going to come back into. There might be one of them. I think James Justin. I think he's going to be out until the end of the season, nearly. But it's going to be it's going to be hard for us, wherever you look at it. But we'll have to deal with it. But with it, we'll have to deal with it, and we're going to feel the impact of the loss of so many players. But it's a weird one to try and talk about. You've got players like all Brighton players on the other side, but Under come on for Harvey Barnes when he got injured. Now he's a good player. Now I don't know why we're worrying so much about him being injured. Yes, he's a key player, but we have got a replacement there for him. Now if it was somebody like, who can I say? Like Mark Albrighton, I don't think we've really got a replacement for him. But hopefully, a bit of good news, and hopefully we're going to try our best to sign Bakary Samore in the summer transfer season. But once again, it's going to be hard because of Man U and AC Milan both showing interest in the player during the coming months. But he's just worth over £30 million. But his position is a defensive midfielder, which could be good. Because the space in the midfield, we have a lot of space in midfield because you've got the attacking 3 that push up and the midfield that drop back, and you've got that massive space between the striker and the midfielders. And yeah, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to be just one player that's going to change it, but that one player could help us to change it, and it could help us defensively, making it a back 5 when needed, or it could make it a top 4 when needed. Now, it's going to be one of them because Man U are a really determined club, whether you look at it anyway, but they are really determined. Now, it's one of them, really. I don't really know. We're just trying to get some more information for you guys. How many... So, Man United, we're talking Man United for a minute. They're a very good side football-wise, and they're a very good side behind-the-scenes-wise, signing players. Now, they've had some very key players this season Obviously, they've had players offers, such as Harry Maguire, but we've dealt with that. We've had Soyuncu come in, and that has been that. Now, talking Man U for just a quick, brief minute, because we're not talking about it for very long. They've had Lingard taken away. He's on loan to West Ham, but that's going to be a detrimental thing to them. Some people say it's not, but we're going to get back into Leicester because I really can't be talking about Man U. But there we are. But it's one of them. A few people said it's not going to affect us, but then you think, is it going to affect us? Is it going to affect us is in that sort of way, or is it not? I don't know. As we said, he's set for an operation. Mikel Arteta, the manager of Arsenal, what side that we played against, he has described the physical demands on Premier League players as insane after 3 players went off injured in the game between Arsenal and Leicester, including Harvey Barnes, who, as we've already said, set to at least miss 6 weeks with a knee injury. Now, Harvey Barnes was taken off with a stretcher with his leg in an inflated brace after overstretching. He tried to reach a pass. Brendan Rodgers, his manager, said that a little bit of bone had come off and confirmed that the winger will require an operation. Johnny Evans and Smith Rowe were also withdrawn with injuries. But I don't know, it's going to be a really detrimental one for us. But he is a really key player for Leicester, and that is the thing. It's just whether you look at it in a positive side or if you look at it in a negative side. Yes, he's a positive player. He can play well. But are we going to miss him? Yes, we are. But are we going to miss him that much that it's going to cause his impact? Now, that's where you draw the line. Because you've got people like Under that can come in place of him. Now, that's really all we've got to say about this, guys. I know it's only a short video, but we've had to cut it short really because we are doing other things really. But anyway, guys, remember the pop-ups on the top of the screen are our social links. Please go and follow, subscribe, anything. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and just put comments in down. Are we going to miss Harvey Barnes or are we not? Let's see what your reaction is, and if we get enough comments, then we might do another one about comments about what you've put. So, see you guys. Hope you enjoyed this little quick video of a little bit of an update on Harvey Barnes and his injury. But, cheers guys, stay safe, and what can I say? See you on the next one, guys. Cheers.